So summer is supposed to feel slow, right? Bare feet, iced coffee, long days with nowhere to be, but somehow our calendar is packed. The car is always full and we're constantly on the go, chasing memories, community, and good things that sometimes can come all at once. I love summertime and I want to soak it in, especially with my kids while I still have them under my roof. But lately I feel like I look like I live a slow life, but it's actually running at full speed. In today's video, I want to talk about what it looks like to find peace in the beautiful chaos of summer. How can we slow down when life won't? And how presence, not perfection, is what really makes this season matter. Here I'm showing you guys a little peek into our new landscaping. I know I showed you guys all of the old ones. The new is looking good, but it's not anything that's like super beautiful yet. It'll look a lot better next year. So I'm just walking around this morning, getting everything nice and soaked and ready for the summer heat. I also want to say a huge thank you to Saje for being the sponsor of today's video. Hello friends, welcome to my living room. I am sporting my orange bandana today because I literally just got back from camp and I'm representing Orange Team. I know that I shout this out every year that I do this, but each year I volunteer with a program called TRAC. It stands for Teen Reach Adventure Camp. It is my absolute favorite volunteer opportunity. If you're unfamiliar, TRAC and Royal Family Kids Camps, they offer free camps for high-risk kids in the foster care system. We are called as Christians to love on the orphan and the widow, and honestly, kids in the foster care system, those are the modern day orphans in America. So they do boys camps and girls camps. I always volunteer to be like a cabin leader, camp counselor type position, but we just bring them all in and give them the best weekend ever where they are the center of attention and receive all of the love. I know this doesn't have anything to do with my typical content, but if you guys have a TRAC camp in your state, I would highly recommend volunteering, or you can always donate to the program too. So I'll put their information below. Anyway, I just rolled in last night after being gone for 4 days doing this, and I'm a little bit tired, but we've got some fun things to do. Today, I am gonna be focusing on our house, and I'm gonna give you a very realistic look at what our house looks like in the summertime. Am I looking forward to showing this to you? No, because it's gonna make me look horrible. But you know what? I also want this place to be a place where people feel seen, where people realize that it's okay if your house is messy sometimes, because all of our house is messy sometimes. And summertime can be really, really tough with just all of the activities that are going on, and sometimes your house looks like this. So let me show you what we're currently working with. Okay, so I know that some of you, literally your house never looks like this. Like, you're a type A personality, you're naturally neat, naturally tidy, and that is awesome. I wish that I had that temperament, but I don't. So this is currently the space that we are in our dining room. Let me show you all the signs of summer that we have around here. All right, coming on in, we have camper mail from Rosie to my little camper that I had this week, my bandana, computer, my pillow from camp. Listen, a lot of times we just come in and we dump our stuff from all of our activities that we're in. I've got some food that I brought to camp. You guys can see over here that we have a broken plate, and we've got Tupperware containers from the parties that we've been having and all the people that we've been hosting. And sometimes stuff like this, it just kind of gathers. I've got a bag of things that I need to return. Oh my gosh, this is by far the worst part. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 baskets of laundry that need to be handled. So can't wait to tackle that. Couches that look like people have sat on them. I've got my suitcase that needs to be unpacked, our unmade bed. Just, you know what I mean, like diapers on the floor. Listen, I'm not perfect. I don't expect anybody else to be perfect. And even when our house looks like this, we still welcome all of you into it. And I hope that this encourages some of you guys that We all have messy houses sometimes. We all have crazy schedules sometimes, and it takes a lot to maintain it. This week while I was away at camp, I woke up in the middle of the night with terrible tension in my head, like around this area. Literally, it was enough to completely wake me up out of dead sleep, and I wished so badly that I would have had my Saje Peppermint Halo roll-on. I'm gonna share more about this, but I am going to include a link in the description below, and if you use my code Kristen, then you can get 20% off site-wide, plus free shipping on any Saje products for the next 48 hours. If you suffer from any like tension or pressure in your head or neck, then this Saje Peppermint Halo roll-on is a game changer. Like I said, the Peppermint Halo is great for relieving tension in your head or neck. I'll go ahead and show you how to use it. It goes on just like it sounds, in the shape of a halo, almost on your head like this. Sage's Natural Standard is committed to being 100% natural. They also have a commitment to eco-conscious ingredients and sustainability. They design products that are beautiful to have and functionally superior to use for a refreshing and rejuvenating experience. The peppermint in it has a like cooling and soothing effect that encourages your body to just relax and de-stress, and you can pinpoint where you want to use it so you feel revitalized, soothed, renewed, and refreshed. I always love to use it like right on the back of my neck as well. And it smells so good. It's not going to smell nearly as bad as your self-tanner that your husband hates. This obviously has peppermint in it, which is cooling and relieving. It has eucalyptus, which encourages deep breathing. And it also has my favorite, which is rosemary, which is like a warming and stimulating scent. So we're putting more of this on. I love it. It literally makes my whole head feel so good. To me, this brings almost instant relief. I love this because it's a 100% natural alternative to like your typical medicine for pain in your head or tension in your neck. Plus, it doesn't hurt that it literally smells like a spa. For over 30 years, Saje has been creating 100% natural plant-based personal care products for your home and overall well-being. They support your stress, sleep, pain, and symptoms of cough and cold. They are derived from 100% plant-based natural products and are cruelty-free, never tested on animals. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link for these in the description below, but you guys can use my code Kristen for 20% off site-wide, plus free shipping on any Saje products for the next 48 hours. This offer is available for both new and returning customers, and it's available in both the United States and in Canada. So this is the best offer you're gonna get, so take advantage of it while it lasts. So in conversation with our friends lately, people keep asking me how I'm doing, and the answer is not the best, honestly. And I feel a little bit guilty about this answer because I don't quite know how to change this. Basically, I have the very privileged problem of having too much going on, like too many good things, and not knowing how to slow down and create margin in my life. And I think it's easy to see people online that have like a certain aesthetic. You know, we have a very, farmhouse, country life aesthetic, and we live in the country, we live in a farmhouse, and I love antiques, I love primitives, like all that kind of stuff. Like our home looks a lot slower than it probably actually is, especially with 4 small kids. And something that I have done that I'm still not sure if it's a good or a bad thing is that I have so many special and nostalgic memories of growing up in the summertime, playing in the pool with my friends, going to the zoo, like all of these things that a lot of times I want to recreate those memories for my own kids. So we wind up, constantly being in the car, on the road, somewhere fun. Also, I'm realizing that my oldest is halfway to being 18, and it makes me just want to spend as much time making memories with our little girls as possible. And so with that, with going on a bunch of road trips and having summer fun, visiting grandparents, doing all the water stuff, visiting lakes, rivers, pools, like all of that, we wind up just coming home and, dumping our overnight bag or dumping our pool bag putting everybody to bed, turning off all the lights, and then being too exhausted to fully unpack or put things away. But next thing you know, we need the pool back again. So why fully unpack it when we're just gonna need it again? But then we find soggy towels, like all of this stuff. And I have just really struggled with keeping up our home in the midst of this. Also, I don't feel like I'm able to appreciate all of the fun things that we're doing because they're so packed in. Like, I feel like I don't even have enough time to be able to anticipate something really fun. And the next thing you know, I'm just thrust into the next activity. I feel like in our home, I am constantly playing catch up. Like, I get home and everything is a disaster. The weight of that gives me a lot of anxiety. Something that I've always wanted to communicate within this channel is that we are not about perfection here. Things do get messy, but we don't want to remain in the mess. I refuse to just sit in the fact that I'm a messy person and I will always be a messy person. It is my job to make sure that I am always growing, and keeping a clean and organized home is what is always best for my family. So I'm always trying to get in that place. But something that I've also realized is that many people who have very organized homes or very clean homes or live these like beautiful aesthetic slow lives, that they are not as involved in community as Josh and I are. As I shared earlier, we are involved in like summer camps and VBS. You know, Josh and I also lead a young adults small group, which has turned into a huge group. We do that every single week. We host tons of kids in our house every single week. We're very involved with our families. And it just makes for a very full community life, but it makes it hard to be able to give our home the time and attention that it deserves. But that's something that I've just kind of had to accept, that if we are going to be a light in our community and love on our families, it may come at the cost of not having a perfectly functional or beautiful home. And I think I've had to become okay with that. When I look around my house, I'm trying my best to just appreciate the chaos and realize that all of these little clothes that are everywhere are from our 4 beautiful, healthy girls. All of the food everywhere is from the time that we get to spend together in communion. All of the toys and papers and art supplies everywhere, those things don't happen if your kids are just watching TV all the time. And so it makes me appreciate their creative nature. So while I know that this cleanup is only temporary, I'm going to give it my best effort, make our home as clean as possible, and also do my best to slow down and try to be present in the moment and appreciate all of these summer months, appreciate our friends and our family, and the fact that we get to do community with people the way that we do. Okay, and I'm off again, heading to my clay pottery class. Okay, so this is my 3rd week. Last time I talked to you, I was on my very first week, just kind of like making some stuff on the wheel. Last week, we did like some trimming, and I really wanted to make handles for my coffee mugs. I noticed that a lot of people that take the class, they just make the actual like mug and they don't put a handle on it. But listen, we're gonna go above and beyond, and we're gonna make some handles, or I already made them. I need to like get them attached and everything. And then I'm gonna see what else we've got going on. Maybe I can make some more pieces. I would like to make some, I've got a lot of clay. So when I purchased class, it's like you purchase the 4 classes and then you also purchase like this hunk of clay. And I have like barely even dove into mine. And I would like to use it before my class is over. So I'm gonna see if maybe I can work a little bit longer today and get some more stuff thrown. I'm not sure if I want to throw something or if I want to make like a, what is it called? Like not a pitch pot, but like a coil. I've got 2 things I'm thinking of. I would like to make a strainer like for fruit or something like that, like a colander. And I'm also interested in making like a pot for plants, but I know that that's going to be kind of big, take a lot of clay. So I don't know. I'm gonna ask my teacher what I should do, and yeah, I'll try to get some shots of what I'm doing while I'm in there. I will say that as fun as this is and how much I want to document it, it is like messy. Like my hands are literally coated in clay and slip and everything for a lot of the time, so it's not super easy to get shots, but I will do my best because this is so much fun. Okay, so this is what I made today. It's a little bit wobbly, but it's actually pretty big. You guys can see that it's kind of large, but the bottom is so thin, so I'm a little bit nervous about it. And then over here, I've got 3 mugs here, and then little handles to put on each one of them. You guys, this time that has been spent in the studio has been one of my favorite. This is like my favorite birthday gift I've ever been given. Josh actually got me this whole class. I love looking over at the glaze samples here on the wall. They're just so beautiful. These are only available if you have like an actual membership. So maybe at some point I'll get a real membership, but it's not super close to my house, so it's not the easiest to get to. But I have felt so much like the old me being in here and just using my hands, being creative. It has been one of the most like randomly therapeutic things in the whole world. Also being able to do it with one of my best friends, Mac, has been such a blessing to me. So I thought I would also show you guys some of the little pieces that others have made and all the colors that they've been using. Here is my bowls that I've been working on. I'm trying to get them hardened a little bit so that I could make one into a colander. Here's Mac, she's working on one of her bowls, and I'm gonna get mine trimmed and see if I can make something cute out of this. Ready? Whoosh! Hi! Summer has a way of sweeping us up in its golden rush. Days overflowing with good things, special places to go, and memories to make. Sometimes it looks like we're living inside of a dreamy farmhouse postcard. It looks slow and simple on the outside, while inside life spins fast with backpacks dumped by the door, early mornings, and one activity tumbling into the next. We chase the nostalgia of our own childhood summers, hoping to give our kids those same magic moments. With our kids growing older, it makes each memory feel more urgent and more precious. So we say yes. Yes to beach days, sleepovers, church cookouts, and late night ice cream runs. And somewhere between packing the car, unpacking the car, and collapsing into bed, we realize that we're not really slowing down. But in the midst of this whirlwind, there is something sacred. We may not have the perfectly curated, spotless home. We may constantly feel a step behind, but we are present. We are connected. We are building a life with meaning, woven with community, laughter, and love. This summer, we're choosing to embrace the mess without staying stuck in it. We're keeping our home as a place of peace, not perfection, because it matters to our family. We're choosing screen-free days, not to add pressure, but to open up space to hear each other, to rest, to anticipate joy instead of rushing past it. Even in the chaos, peace is there, quiet and steady. It's in the car ride conversations, the sand in our shoes, the laughter around our messy dinner table. The goal isn't to slow life down to a halt, but to live with intention, to breathe deep, notice beauty, and make margin for what matters most. So here's to the imperfect, beautiful, busy, real summer. May we find peace not by doing less, but by being more present in all of it. Thank you. fireflies.